Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Well, we're all finished work for Christmas and the flying weather's not great, so I thought I'd do a little video and reflect on my past year's flying adventures, which in my opinion has been absolutely fantastic. But before we start, just a quick word about the channel, which this year for me has been off the scale in making these YouTube videos. At the start of the year I had about 200 subscribers, and then we've ended the year with just short of 6,500, which is just absolutely mental. So I'd like to say a massive thank you to everybody that supports me by watching my videos. I'm very touched. So let's have a look back at what we've been doing in 2024, when one of the flights that I've been trying to do for quite some time finally came together. When I flew to Lundy Island in the Bristol Channel and spent the night camped at the side of my aircraft. So let's have a quick look at some of the highlights of this video that at the current time has now got over 171,000 views. Yeah, we've got a lot of sheep to clear off that runway. Okay, so what a place. So we're going to do a low pass down the runway and try and clear these sheep out of the way. Lundy traffic, Golf Tango Romeo, coming round for a low pass on 2-4 to clear the sheep. Lundy. Come on then, out of the way. Got me shepherding. A bit of shepherding from the air at Lundy Island. Oh, I've got deer down there as well. And some people. They're looking at me thinking, what the hell is he doing? For another go. Still plenty of sheep down there. A few people walking round. I'm thinking, what's he doing destroying the piece? I have to say it's not marked out brilliantly. Sheep in the runway again. So here on Lundy, we've just pulled up at the side of the runway, and we're just heading down to the little village. It's about a 10 minutes walk. We're going to go and book in, pay a landing fee, see what's happening with the pub. Might have to sample a couple of pints later, but it's stunning here, absolutely stunning. Barely any wind. Hopefully the sky's going to be clear tonight, and the stars are going to be out. We've got no light pollution out here, so it should be pretty special. Looking forward to it. Just have a quick look down here where I'm walking. We've got a few tents, good stuff. We're here at Lundy on my own. I've got myself a pint. Cheers. I say I'm on my own because I've made some mates already. There we are. So we're doing some cooking tonight, but we've not got lamb on the menu, it's beef. Got a bit of steak to cook. Got some mates coming over, see what's going on. And what's that fella doing, flying in here on my field and having a bit of a cook up. Let's have a go. Nothing wrong with that. Beautiful. Next on the list was when myself and Dave flew down to the southwest, and we used Bodmin Airfield as our base for flying out to the islands of Scilly. This flight has probably got to be the most scenic flight that I've done in the UK. The views of the turquoise seas were absolutely stunning. So let's have a quick look at the highlights as we come overhead at the islands of Scilly. Well, I'm blown away by this place. Look at this ahead of me. I've seen turquoise seas like this up on the west coast of Scotland, and it's stunning up there also. But you know, I've never been to the Bahamas or anywhere like that, but I would imagine that's what this looks like from the air, or the Seychelles, or something like that. This place is just mind-blowing. Okay, so let's think about coming into land. St Mary's have given us clearance. We're going to be landing on runway 09. I've still got to shed quite a bit of altitude yet. As you can see, we're still up with the clouds, and I suppose really I should have been coming down, but I've been that enthralled in looking at what's ahead of me, I forgot to throttle back, to be honest. So we're now shedding altitude. We're descending. We're coming into St Mary's Airport. We're going to be approaching on 09. Apparently the runway is quite undulating, so as you're coming into it, the runway is rising up quite steeply. You then go over the crest and then it flattens out. So, you know, could be quite challenging. We'll see how it goes. Well, that's it, we're down safe. I love flying into these bigger airports. That was an absolutely stunning flight, and it sticks in my mind vividly and puts a lump in my throat whenever I watch the footage back. My next adventure was to fly up to the island of Bute on the west coast of Scotland. The flight heading north took me over Lady Bower Reservoir in the Peak District in Derbyshire, and then up to the Lake District, where I landed at Berryer to refuel. I then continued my flight north, heading up to the west coast of Scotland, landed on the Isle of Bute, set my tent up at the side of the aircraft, and then wandered down to the beach, where I found a nice spot to cook lamb steaks with mushrooms and fried potatoes. What a venue, and what a place to get your meths burning stove out. Bute traffic, Golf Tango Romeo, final 27. And we're down. And it looks like somebody else is here. Already got the tent pitched up. So we're here on the Isle of Bute. I've just got the plane tied down. Got my tent set up, everything's all good. Got it all set up inside, got my airbed pumped up and my sleeping bag out. Should be a comfortable night. I've walked down across the golf course that's behind me, and it's only a short walk, 10 minutes, and now we're at the beach. What a venue. I'm going to find a little sheltered spot down here somewhere, and we're going to cook some food. And that over there, that island over there is the Isle of Arran. So we've got the pan going, file it, We've got the pan on. Have a drink, I think. Got some lamb steaks. And will you look at that? Absolutely awesome. The next morning I took off and continued heading west. I flew over the Isle of Arran, over the Mull of Kintyre to the island of Gia. So let's have a look at the video where I'm coming in overhead and then getting the circuit at Gia ready to land. Gear traffic, Golf Tango Romeo, final 25. Bumpy. When the weather is good, there is no better place in the UK to fly than on the west coast of Scotland, that's for sure. On a Flexwing Adventurers organised trip, just a couple of weeks later, we were planning to fly a big group of Flexwings and then land on the beach at Carradale Bay on the Mull of Kintyre. Flexwing aircraft were converging from all over the UK to Carradale Bay. I didn't get much footage of that myself as the GoPro were playing up and I lost all the good bits. But I got a few photos and I got a bit of footage from others, so let's have a look at that now. Here's Alan coming in now. He's came from Northern Ireland. So is he going to have a look at it, or is he going to come straight in? Power's off. Well done, Alan. Other than the big adventures, I've been getting out and about a bit to a few of the smaller airfields and setting myself up and doing some cooking. I've been trying out different camping foods, such as easy cooked rice. We've done steak and onion doorstep sandwiches. We've done bacon, sausage and egg rolls, and I've even done tripe and onions, which was surprisingly good, to be honest. I've also done a couple of zone transits over Birmingham Airport and Luton Airport, just to keep myself up to speed with procedures, and also to share it with you. As you know, I've took a lot of knowledge from watching other people. What we got down here, we've got an EasyJet plane. He's just been pushed back. Blue planes down there, not quite sure what they are, and then I've got another one down here. I don't know whose that is. We're 1100 feet, we're over the top of Birmingham Airport. We're crossing over the numbers, runway 33. That is the runway they're using at the moment. So any aircraft coming in or going out would be at their lowest point, touching down or powering up to take off at that point. So that is the safest place to cross. Golf Tango Romeo, Squawk 4670, QNH 1018. Flexwing microlight from Deanthorpe to Plaistows, VFR 1POB, currently 2 miles northwest of Burton, VRP, 1,900 feet on 1018, routing Burton, Offley, Hyde, M1 Junction 8 VRPs, request zone transit. Golf Tango Romeo.
Golf Tango Romeo, you're cleared to enter the zone, VFR, optimum altitude 2,400 feet, initially hold at Offley basic service.
Cleared to enter the zone, not above 2,400 feet, hold at the edge of the zone, Golf Tango Romeo. There you go, Luton Airport. 2 EasyJet planes taxiing out. We are 870 feet above the ground. There you go, I could dive into there quite easily. Quite a privilege to be given a transit across these zones. Never take it for granted. On another video, I thought it'd be a good idea to fly up to 10,000 feet, switch my engine off, and then glide back down and land on the runway at Deanthorpe, and then document it with what happens and what your descent rate is on the way down with no engine on. So let's have a look at the highlights of that video. So basically where we get up to 10,000 feet and switch the engine off, and then the last minute or so where I set myself up in the circuit to land back at Deanthorpe. Actually done 10,000 on the Q&A. Got to get it up to 10,000 on the QFE, which is the height of the ground at Deanthorpe. Oh, there we have it. 2,000 feet. Climb rate at 10,000 feet is 250 feet a minute, 4,750 revs. Air temperature is 3.6. What I want to do now, ease back on the power. 70 miles an hour. There you go. 70 miles an hour. Holding level. 10,100 feet. 4,550 on the revs. I'm quite impressed with that. So I'm going to ease the revs back now. Give the engine a bit of a cooling down period. Worked hard, I'm not going to shut it off. And the time is 15:19. The engine's on tick over. Give it a minute. 60 miles an hour, we're dropping at 850 feet a minute. I'm going to push the engine off. Get the engines off, the ignition's back on. Okay, turning around now. Hopefully by the time we turn we'll go underneath this cloud. Come overhead the runway. Approaching 3,000 feet, we're at 60 miles an hour. We're now at 850 feet a minute. Turn it and get the right side of this cloud. Bit more speed on there. Get under this cloud. We'll get a few bumps under the cloud. Diesel traffic, Golf, Tango Romeo, overhead, 2,000 feet. Sending dead side for a dead stick landing. Diesel. $1,700 feet. $1,400 feet. Don't need to go downwind. $1,100 feet. Diesel traffic, Golf Tango Romeo, downwind 22 for a dead stick landing. $900 feet. The airspeed. Okay, turning for a final. Plenty of pace on. And we're down. Where's that yellow box? Well, we missed the yellow box. No, but we're down safe. So guys, thanks once again for taking an interest in my adventures. Give us a like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you've not already. And please share, as it really helps me grow the channel. In my opinion, 2024 has been a fantastic flying year, but next year is going to be massive. Myself and Dave are planning a huge expedition which will happen at some part during the midsummer. We're not going to put a date on it at the moment because we learnt from the last big expedition that trying to pin yourself down to a specific date, it just don't happen. So we're going to pick the time. I'm not going to let the cat out the bag at this moment in time, but what I will say is we won't be heading south. Take care everybody, and we'll see you in 2025.